On this third episode, the head is back from the machine shop, and also we start prepping the ACL race main bearings. Yes, we put it on the block, drop in the crank, and prepare everything in here. And of course, since we finished balancing the pistons, we had it pressed in on the rods. Here you go. And also do the trick stuff before assembly. Yes, all those good stuff. And also we assemble the engine, drop in the pistons with you guys, finish it up. Yes, listen to the bore. And some updates, the header change, and of course the SuperTech valvetrain. We're gonna finish this engine on this episode, like fully assembled and finished, and yes, even install it. So yup, this one is for you. Alright, here we are. Never mind the plastic gauge there. We made a video of the plastic gauging. It's gonna be out soon. Here's the race main bearings. Yes, look at that. So it looks good and so clean, because obviously it's brand new. So yep, we're gonna drop this into the block. Let's go. We make sure the bearing saddles are all clean, free from dust, because it's gonna skew the bearing clearances. So yep, this is all clean now. We drop in the crank and a thrust washer, glued side out, of course. Now here we got the main caps. We hand tighten this way, it's gonna be snug before we do the torque steps, or the step sequence for the torquing. All right, last one here, one more there. Okay, first step is 18 feet-pounds torque. So this is gonna get it snug really good. So this is all equal. This is factory or from the manual. All right. Speed it up so it doesn't get boring. There you go, last one. Yes, all right. The second step and final step is 56 feet-pounds torque. Okay, it's gonna be a bit louder. You can hear it. Oh, there, louder. Yep, the speed is up. All right. Last one. All right, now let's turn the crank. Let's see how light it spins. Oh yeah, look at that. With just my finger, just my hand, it turns really good, right? Oh yeah. This is gonna be running really, really good. It has about 0.016 or 0.016 bearing clearances, sorry. Yep, that's good. This is going to be helping generate good power and durability, because it's going to be a track motor, a street car, but a track motor itself. So yep, now we lube the rod journals here. We don't usually show this, we don't get to videotape this, but we're showing it now. We do both sides of the rod journals. This way it'll be perfect. It won't drip out, because that's the whole purpose of the assembly lube. It doesn't run out like engine oil or motor oil. So we turn the block, get the pistons to install and prep it up. Yep, all right. Here's the update. Nico phoned me up and said he had a spare SuperTech valve train that he used from his old engine. He used it about for a year. So I said, hey, that's perfect. We can use that. And it's going to be an upgrade, because this time, at least he can just drop in a cam in the future and not have any problems. All right. Here's the NPR rings that we installed. It always gives us good numbers because it's proper honed and board, of course. ACL race rod bearings installed, and the ARP is actually pre-lubed this time, so when we install it, we do another lubrication. It's going to be perfect. Here's the trick that we do. We put assembly lube on the wrist pin or the piston pin, because if you think about it, it gets oiled up by splash. So when you start up on idle, it doesn't get any oil until like a few minutes, so it gulls it up. Sure, it's not gonna blow up, but it might eat up horsepower, right? So you pre-lube it with assembly lube. And of course, if you haven't, hit the like button. It's a good favor for me, because it's gonna give more activity to the video, and the algorithm will pick it up to spread it out to a wider audience. That helps so much. Subscribe if you haven't. This way, the community gets bigger. You can be part of it, and you can check all the other videos whenever you want, because you're already subscribed. It's gonna be good. Hey, you're always welcome here. All right. For the hardcore, there's membership only videos. It's a lot. Look at that. It's for the hardcore stuff, like the engine building, like the details in the chamber, dyno tuning, even the proper ECU tuning we talk about there. And actually, I'm deciding to make a beginner's video on ECU tuning, and then intermediate, and then expert. So we're going to have all those stuff for ECU tuning in the near future. So yep, you gotta check it out and be a member. All right. Okay, let's continue. Here's the pistons and rods. It's getting ready to install. Let's go. But first, we spray WD-40 on the bore. We're using a copy of WD-40. It's Hardex. Make sure it's all clean and no flash rust. You can see we're removing all the browning. That's the flash rust. And then, okay, now piston number 1. Drop it in. Here we get the cap on and then pre-lube it with ARP again. This way is gonna be stretching really good because we torque it to between 26 to 28 feet-pounds torque. We don't go higher than that because if you're lacking stretch, that means you just have to relubricate the rod bolts again and then go with another 28 feet-pounds of torque. Do it again and you'll see the stretch is going to be correct. So to save time, we pre-lube it and make sure everything is lubed up good. This way, it's always between 26 to 28 feet-pounds torque, with achieving the proper stretch. And we've never, had any catastrophic failures on that. We've actually never spun a rod bearing. Here's the last one. All right, that's all good and well lubricated. Let's put the stretch gauge. Let me show you. Okay, now there it's zeroed out. Yes, and of course we got torque it to 28 feet-pounds torque, and let's check the stretch how it is. All right, let's torque it 28 feet-pounds torque. Now let's put the stretch gauge again. Would you look at that? 0.005. That's perfect. That's how ARP suggests it. So we go with the rest of the 7 rod bolts after this to get all good. And once it's all good, we turn the block up. So it's time for the head gasket and then the head. Yes. All right. Get this all good. Let's listen to that. Oh, the new bore is honed really well with brand new piston rings. Oh, this is gonna be really, really good. This is for find the right beat. Look at those oil retention on the hone finish, right? Oh yeah, this is really good. Perfect. Okay, onto the head. We always use SuperTech valve seals because it's more reliable. Here's the head all resurfaced. The plug there is done. The dowels are relocated right there. And you can see here, it's barely half millimeter or 0.020. We just resurfaced it to make sure it's flat. And again, Nico called me. He had a spare Ferrea 6000 series valves. I said, that's perfect. It's lighter than the 5000 series flat valves. So that'll be okay. So we used it. And here's the SuperTech valve train that he has. We installed it. It's all ready now. Yep, oh, this engine is going to be really, really good. It's running B18c GSR cams, but with a proper valve train. This is going to be a tough engine on the track. Okay, now we put a thin coat of 3-bond or Honda bond on the oil drain. The head gasket is on. The dowel is located on the B20 side, so it's perfect. This is why we do that to the head. Now we drop it in. Right, now the ARP head studs. Put it in slowly and tighten it with a Allen wrench, about 10 feet-pounds torque. And here's the trick that we do. To be able to put the ARP washers well, we use the Allen to guide it, to drop it in center. So the first step is 30 feet-pounds torque. Oh, there's going to be a lighter sound. There you go. Next one. Yes. One more. Go there and speed it up so it doesn't get too boring. There you go. All right. Second step is, it's 60 feet-pounds torque. All right. And then the final step, or the third step, is going to be 80, but it's going to be later. Now it's louder. It's a lot tougher. Look. Oh, there. Okay, let's do the rest. All right. And then the last one. Okay, the third and last step is 80 feet-pounds torque. Oh, this is going to be loud. It's gonna be tough. Oh, come on. There. Let's speed it up because it's taking too long. It's making me break a sweat. All right. Last one. Okay. Now it's all done, all buttoned up. It's gonna be good. Now my colleague's doing the rest, like the oil pump. He cleaned up the strainer and then the oil pan. Of course, the oil pickup. So good. The bottom end is complete. And then the rocker arms and lost motion assembly. Yes, and then the GSR cams, the B18c cams. Now he's installing the Golden Eagle cam gears. You gotta sand up the inner side of the Golden Eagle cam gears because usually it's a little too tight. So you hand sand that, so that's all perfect. There you go. Yep. The engine is really complete now, right? The OEM Honda belt. All right. The block post mount is there. And look at that. Now the engine is all done, actually ready to be installed. And the manifold just came in. Look here, look, it's fully welded. Here's the gasket that we used for port matching. It's ready. And this is for ZEF. Here's the sandwich plate that we did. With the closest line to the VTEC is on the right side, and the left side is for the oil pressure sensor for Nico's DEFI gauge. So that's about it for now. All right. So hey, here we are. We're gonna have my colleague and his brother install the engine. Of course, we're gonna do the valve tappets later on before startup, and so we're just installing it now to get it all ready. Get all the axles returned. Here it is with a Skunk 2 Alpha Gen 1 header. Yes, and a fully ported P30 intake manifold, Golden Eagle cam gears. All this is gonna be a street terror on the track, right? Yes, and to help you guys binge watch the first episode, you can click it here.